In our last session, we looked at the possibility of the existence of God and the presence of a divine life force within every human being. If we are to honestly find our way into the kingdom of God and pursue the path of personal spirituality, then we must grapple with some of the basic questions. Is there a supreme being who many simply refer to as God? If he does exist, what relevance does that have to me in my spiritual journey? Can I relate to him, and how does that work? On our journey of personal spirituality, we need to find answers to these questions and discover keys that will unlock our way into the kingdom of God. The Bible provides us with a simple, sequential plan embracing three basic keys. Believe in God. Enter into the kingdom of God. Live within the kingdom of God. The first key, that of believing in God, is naturally a fundamental step for us to take. Peter claimed the crucial key to many of the questions we face when he acknowledged Jesus as the Son of the living God. His conception of God was that of a God who was alive and active. Here is the vital key to embracing the kingdom of God: to affirm that God does indeed exist, and that he exists for me personally. It's crucial that we come to a decision about the existence of God before we can move on to becoming a citizen in his kingdom. It's not a decision that rests on human or scientific proof, for the reality is that no one can prove or disprove the existence of God. It's more a matter of heart and attitude of mind. It is possible to believe in his existence and still not have a faith in regard to the matter. Many sincere Christians have struggled at some stage of their pilgrimage with a concrete belief in God. That is part of our humanity. Human doubt and logicality should not be circumvented in our struggle to believe in God, for the reality is that which we struggle to believe has a greater value and significance to us than those beliefs we may glibly accept. Perhaps the clearest concept of God is found in Jesus' conversation with the Samaritan woman at the well. God is spirit. The tendency of humanity is to try and compress God into a frame that we can comprehend and understand. God is spirit, intangible and unseen, and cannot be contained within any human understanding. We need to get away from the concept that suggests that our initial faith in God's existence needs to be unwavering and rock solid. For many of us who would become citizens in the kingdom of God, faith is something that at times is not as resolute as we would like. A good litmus test for our own personal faith is to ask yourself, am I willing to stake my life on this belief? If you can respond with a positive yes, your faith has found a good starting point. Entrance into the kingdom of God is not simply acquired by believing there is a God, or, for that matter, knowing what it is that he requires. Once we have come to the point of belief, we need to move on to acquiring entrance into the kingdom of God. There comes a time when we have to make what for some is a courageous decision. Do I let go of what is known and secure and trust my entire life to this God? For many, that's not an easy choice, and their faith is minuscule. However, the quantity of faith is not the issue, but rather the courage to make a decision. The Christian lifestyle is meant to provide us with a way of life that's fulfilling and meaningful. Citizenship in the kingdom of God has benefits and rewards that can never be understood or experienced by those who choose not to belong in it. There is an intentional simplicity about entrance and life in the kingdom of God. It seems that Jesus was deliberate about the simplicity of entering the kingdom of God. I tell you the truth, you must change and become like little children. If you don't do this, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. A child's mind is an open, inquiring vessel, largely untarnished by negative experiences or overly complex concepts or information. Entrance into the kingdom of God is acquired by a basic and simple belief. It may well be that at times the simplicity of such a decision acts as a barrier. It seems all too simple and uncomplicated. Yet, The reality is that Jesus clearly intended that the way into the kingdom of God should be straightforward and down to earth, attainable by all of us. One of the crucial elements in our Christian pilgrimage is understanding personal spirituality and its implications within the kingdom of God. What is the kingdom of God? What does the Bible say about it? What are the implications of it in my life? For some, it is a vague notion that the kingdom of God is some otherworldly entity which belongs somewhere in the hereafter, and if we live a Christian lifestyle, we will become a citizen of that kingdom. Not only is such a notion unsound, it robs us of a power and experience that can effectively impact our living within our present existence. A realistic understanding of the kingdom of God will help us to be aware of our interaction with God and its role in day-to-day living. The concept of the kingdom of God and existence within it are not only crucial concepts in the teaching ministry of Jesus, but also the central theme of his preaching. Practical common sense dictates that since Jesus spent so much of his ministry teaching and explaining the kingdom of God, it must be significant and crucial to personal spirituality and embarking on a kingdom lifestyle. As we pursue our journey of personal spirituality, we shall see that right of entry into the kingdom of God is universal and volitional. It's open to all who choose to belong. For now, the crucial action is for us to take hold of the first key, that of believing there is a God.